Alright, I am back. So, quick update. Let's see here. Last night, I was just, playing around with these, and one of the contact points on Kappa broke. Which sucks. But I went ahead and I found it. And here it is. So I'll be able to replace it pretty easily. I plan on making some resin copies of these, but they're made out of a special kind of clay that basically screws with the molds that I make. So I got to cover them in a kind of a demold or whatever, but it is what it is. So I just got through showing off all the Kappas. So what else? Oh yeah. All of these went a really long time without breaking in any way, and just recently started breaking, so that's kind of funny to me. But I used to have a Drasil, and while I lost all of these, I could keep up with Drasil, but I lost Drasil recently, and it was one of the best ones. For some reason, it went more like an attack type as opposed to a defense type. So this is Dronzer. Wait, this is, let's see, Drigger, Dragoon, Dronzer, and I still don't have Drasil. Yeah, that's Dronzer. So this is Drigger. It had two tiger things here, and the tip broke off. The tip is, let's see, right here. Let me grab it. I haven't fixed these yet, but that was the tip right there. It was one of the better ones. It's a stamina type, or a smash attack type. This is Dronzer. This is a stamina type. And Dragoon, which is kind of a stamina attack combo. And it had a huge chunk taken out of it by one of the stronger Begoma that I have. Last night I got these two fingers right here really sore. So it's like really painful to watch these. And I guess this is also kind of one. This is called Striker, but it kind of looks like Strata Dragoon. So, Bladers of the Four Seasons right there. This one's Shadow Ninja. What it's supposed to do is, it's just supposed to be really tall. And it's supposed to dodge attacks, but it's not tall enough. Also, it's so thin that I'm afraid I'm going to break it from putting force on it. I'm afraid I'm going to put enough force on it to break it every time I play with it, so yeah. This one right here is Hidden Snake. It's supposed to be a snake. And its attack points are on the bottom, because I was really confident this thing would be tall enough. Let me just grab Hidden Ninja here. And yeah, I was really confident these would be tall enough, but they are not at all. So that kind of backfired. I like ones that kind of take one side and flip them over, so I made this one, and it's turtle, and it has a turtle shell on the top and an attack point on the bottom. I don't know what happened here, but this is supposed to be like its attack. This is supposed to be like its attack mode, and then kind of on its shell is defense mode. Oh yeah, this one here is called Cerberus. It's the three-headed dog that Kerbeus is based off of. And then, have I showed off Crab already? I have this Crab one, and it's a stamina type, and it's one of the best stamina types that I have. you can see by the frame rate, I can spin these things generally at the same speed, like the same RPM that Beyblades spin at. Of course, they don't keep it up as long. But Crab is ridiculously long-lasting compared to generally most of them. So that's Crab. This is Tri-Fish. This is just a random one I made. It was supposed to be a 3-pointed one, but the 3 points broke off. And it's just kind of bad. It's just kind of like the little crappy one, you know? It's supposed to be the little brother out of 3 of them. So there was a pink one, this one, and then this one's the oldest brother. But I don't know where the pink one is, and I'm pretty sure it got broken. By the way, this pink right here is incredibly pink. Like, I cannot begin to describe how ridiculously pink this is. I don't know what I did to it to get it that pink. Oh yeah, I have 2 ninja-based ones. I have this one right here as well, and it's a little glass marble one as well. And this one lasts like a really long time, too. And this one, it was made to combat one of the strongest... this one here was made to combat one of the strongest ones I have ever made. Right here, it is made to combat this bad boy. This bad boy is called Oni, and it is a ogre class. It's an ogre class Begoma, which basically means it's ridiculously big and ridiculously strong. And those 4 giant clubs there are exactly like Kappa's in the fact that they keep getting bigger and bigger as they go. So smallest like that in a Z pattern. And it's heavy too, so it basically just bats everything away. It's pretty good. Let me figure this out. Here we go. That looks a bit better. Okay. So, what else here? Oh yeah. So there are also mini class ones, and the mini class ones are kind of like the tiny little crappy ones. So this is Calamari. It's a mini class one. This one was meant to be a Begoma, like an actual one that you throw with a string, which is why these notches are in here and why it has a little glass bead in there. It sits sideways for some reason. It didn't work at all, so I tried to make this one, Raptor. It has the notch going around, and it doesn't work either. And it just kind of wobbles around. Because here's what I would do. I would make one of these things, perfectly balance it, and then I'd put the design on the top, and the design is so horribly thrown off on its center of balance that this side is just so much heavier. So that kind of screws it up. What else here? Oh yeah, so there were kind of like what I called the hometown ones, the hometown crew, which were a particular like team of them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like there was one more. I don't remember which one it was though. But yeah, this was kind of like the hometown squad. So I'm gonna go over these guys real quick. So this was Kappa. I've already talked about Kappa. This one right here, I don't have a name for. I always just called it Spriggan because I put a Spriggan design on top. And it was one of the longest spinning ones before its little glass bead broke. I'm going to dig that bead out and replace it sometime soon. But this one spins a ridiculous amount of time. Like, this one spins just a little bit less than Crab and a little bit more than Ninja. And on to this one real quick. I was writing a comic for these that I called Battle Tops at the time. I was writing a comic, and Kappa was not the main protagonist. It was a different one called Tiki. I never made Tiki, but this guy right here was supposed to be like the first antagonist. He was kind of like Rentaro, and you could see his is named Golem, and it was the original idea for the Ogre class ones. And it had a big dual kind of, oh, have I already showed? It had two big dual smash attacks here. Okay, yeah, let me show it off real quick. This is Libra. It's one of the star signs. It has two giant scales right here, and these are supposed to be kind of crescent attack points. And it had two giant stone crescent attack points that got broken off. So now it's just this kind of incredibly fast-moving little guy, which I think is funny, because in the manga, the guy who used him, I think his name was Reggie. Reggie had made a stadium that had a lip in it, and he would launch him perfectly in the lip, and then Tiki couldn't pass over the lip to attack him, so he would just out-stamina all of his opponents. And he's kind of the same as Kappa, really. I'm going to try to get him to hit the lip of the stadium just right. There we go. He and Kappa are pretty much the same. I don't know where he went. Oh, he went up here by the camera. Yeah, so that's Golem, and then... yeah, he was pretty cool, you know. The fight took place in a construction site because his dad was supposed to work construction. I don't remember much of that story, honestly. And this here was Orange Blade. It was part of the Orange Crew before the Orange Crew disbanded. Part of the not the manga, but the little story I had with these guys as well. And his user was kind of like a town defender samurai guy who mentored Kappa's Begoma owner or user, and he sacrificed himself in like a fight against a fire-wielding Begoma, which actually got broken. But you could see he's burned around the edges. Because I actually made a Begoma that could catch fire. And it bubbled. You can see where it's bubbled up. And it's burnt and everything. And then here is a kind of a new orange blade I made. That has little silver attack points. And it's a special kind where it like wobbles around and then restabilizes. Here's the prototype for the wobbler. I call it the wobble click because here's how it works. So it wobbles around and then it clicks on the stadium and it stands up straight. Wobbles, and then it didn't click and stand up there, but... clicks and stands up. So it's kind of like a final survive tactic where it rebalances itself. Only 3 Begoma can really do that, and this is one of them. So, you know, he attacks ferociously, but he doesn't click, he just stands back up. Right there, then he kind of goes, get that little extra bit of stamina that's left out of there. So yeah, he's kind of like the mentor to Kappa. And there was another one called Orange Bat that I remember got stuck in the bottom of my pool because the pool froze over one year, and I was launching Begoma on it, and one of my little cousins threw a rock at it, and it got launched in the middle of the pool, and then he threw another rock in it, cracked the ice, and it fell through into the pool. And then he got his butt whooped. So, yeah, who else am I missing? Okay, yeah, that's all of them. So that's the hometown team, and then... let's see. Yeah, there was the star signs. So this one right here is one of the star signs. He's kind of like, he's supposed to be Sagittario, but he became something different. So he's like just a guy with his arm flexing, and then his name is Arase. And then this is Gemini. And then Libra, who I already showed off. Oh yeah, so this is the original Calamari. And you can see he also got burned. And his tip got burned as well. And then these little notches right here were meant to have the Begoma string put into them, where you just throw it and yank it. He doesn't have as much stamina as he used to. This right here is just a generic Begoma. This one right here is just like a generic gold Begoma. This one right here, this bad boy. Oh, I'm so upset that he doesn't work like I had made him to. But, oh man, I got his tip stuck. So you notice, really quickly, oh crap, that was poison ivy I just picked up. Seriously, have I just got this thing stuck? Oh, this sucks. Okay. It's still stuck in a little groove. Okay, there we go. On the bottom of him, there's this little hole right here where you could take different drill bits, of all things, and stick them in there. And he would spin on those! He could spin on drill bits! And he is an incredibly bad one, like, still kind of good in a way? And... he's supposed to kind of, like, minimize the amount of damage he takes from attacks, but he's just so tall that he falls over. So tall and thin. I mean, he just falls over. Kinda useless, man. Not gonna lie. Then this is another one, like, Turtle. I call this one Sombrero. So it has this attack side here, and this stamina side here, and this is another one of the ones that wobble. This one was meant to be a stamina type, not really a stamina type. And this one also scrapes terribly. I never use him. He's just so bad. Let's play here. Oh yeah, there's Crescent Knight. He has just a giant attack point right there. He's surprisingly well balanced. I mean, he's not the most balanced in the world, but he is pretty well balanced. Has a surprising amount of stamina. I'll always make these things to, like, move and work a certain way. And they'll never turn out like that, unless it's something I painstakingly plan out. This one right here is Utopia. He's slightly burned. He has this little metal bead at the bottom. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh card Utopia is what he's based off of. And his attack points are also finger notches, which is nice. He's a little bit more comfortable than the rest to shoot. He doesn't have a lot of stamina, and he's pretty light for some reason. Like, he feels light. He doesn't feel heavy like the rest. So, he kind of gets knocked out pretty often. This is another one that I thought, oh, he's tall, so he'll be hit less. But this was supposed to be, his name was Water Skipper. And he was supposed to be so tall that, like, if I poured water in the stadium, it wouldn't affect him. They always get affected by it. I've never been able to figure out how to get a Beyblade that would spin reliably in water. But, you know, he was also supposed to be able to hop up and, like, hit you from the top like this with this giant size, but he doesn't ever do that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is kind of like Oni but good was supposed to be the idea. And he had this little ring around him, and I fought him up against Oni, and the silver ring came off. But the idea is that he's supposed to nullify attacks. And he's supposed to nullify Oni's attack entirely, and he's got a sharper point, and he's supposed to outlast Oni. But Oni's attacks are so freaking powerful that he just goes flying either way. There was one bad guy that was supposed to be part of, like, you know, the evil team. The evil rich team as opposed to the homegrown, poor good guy team. And he had a Beyblade called Fenrir, and what Fenrir was able to do was, it could spin left or right. And that's kind of its thing, and it spun really well for a really long time, and I made a copy of its tip, and this is a copy of its tip right there. And he was, like, really good, like, he was perfect. And then I made the second version of him using the metal ball system, and it has a metal ball, an actual metal ball. This is it. So it has the thing where it kind of, like, wobbles. All that is nuclear mode, and then it kind of balances out. And then it can go like that, and do like a, that's like, does a crazy amount of damage. But it kind of stabilizes, spins for a decent amount of time. You can put a magnet on the bottom of the stadium, and he'll stick to the center of the stadium. You can also do him left like that, and he's pretty good, which is where the idea of this left and right spin. These metal balls are held in with sticky tack, so I can't spin them too quickly. But, yeah, that looks to be all of them. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I missed this one. This one's not too unique. This was just my first attempt to make more comfortable contact points to spin on. I also tried to incorporate the wobble and click, but the wobble and click didn't get incorporated. But, yeah, they're a bit more comfortable to spin. Oh, I almost missed one, and the most important one. So, in the grand story arc, the evil rich company was trying to develop the metal ball system, and it wound up succeeding in doing that. And it made the metal ball system, but its true goals weren't in the metal ball system. It was incorporating these nuclear-charged metal balls into it. Not the system, but into the Begoma itself. Not into a system where you could swap it out with a glass marble, plastic marble, or metal marble, but into one where it would be a metal marble that was nuclear charged that could charge the spin energy of the Baygoma, and that was this guy. This guy is a dual spinning one. He can spin left or right, and up or down. So, like that. And you spin for a while, or he could spin like this. I also love, I don't know why it is, but this one always goes silent after a couple seconds. It sometimes goes silent after spinning for a little while. And then it can also... Oh, screwed that up. And this one is heavy. I mean, like, he is a real chonker. So that's his attack mode, and then this is his stamina mode. Now, of course, he was made to be the ultimate Baygoma, but I feel like he's still outclassed by Oni. Let me grab Oni real quick. Because, I mean, like, there were walls up here. So, Oni's super heavy, explosive hammer attack was actually viable in the fact that if Oni got launched second, and I would flip a coin to see who got launched, the Beyblade would be down, not the Beyblade, the Baygoma would be down here, alright? Tiny little Baygoma down here. Oni could then hit them, they would go flying out, he would go flying over here, hopefully get caught by the lip, or hit the wall and get sent back into the stadium. That was the plan. And in regular Baygoma, the way it works is there's this one big Baygoma that gets launched in the stadium, or the bowl, or the dish, or whatever. And then someone else will launch a smaller one trying to knock it out. That's how it works. But, you know, this is just a little bit more fun. I was a very imaginative and lonely kid, so that's where all these came from. If you guys would like to see more of this, let me know. I just sat here for 20-some odd minutes and rambled about these things for a while. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there that would, you know, appreciate watching this. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you all want to see later. Okay, bye.